Item arrival in AX is the process of controlling and planning for incoming shipments of goods that are ordered through purchase orders. When a company is constantly receiving goods at their dock, it is important that there be a way in the system to plan and track those incoming goods. Now let's talk a little bit more about the arrival overview process. The Arrival Overview form displays all the expected receipts of goods that have been ordered. The intent is to filter the form to find the transactions that will be received. You can enter information such as dates, warehouses, vendors, items, forms of delivery, or document IDs such as a purchase order number. By filtering the form in this manner, the receiving department can have an idea as to when and where the shipments will be received, as well as knowing which particular products are being received from a particular vendor. A valuable feature of this process is the use of templates. A template can be used to filter the form by commonly used criteria. For example, if a particular vendor's shipments are important to your company, you can set up a template to quickly see when shipments are expected to arrive from that specific vendor. From the form, the item arrival process can be started by simply selecting the shipment listed and then clicking on Start Arrival. Let's switch over to AX and I'll show you how to use this form. The item arrival form is found in Inventory Management. Then, in the Periodic folder, you'll open the Arrival Overview. In the Arrival Overview, you can see certain filters that will be applied. The default behavior is that all lines will be shown for whatever the setup options are that are selected in the setup name. You can create new setups by going to the Setup tab and then selecting new options for the filter and then using the Modify, Save As button to save the filters that you've created. We'll just work with the filters that we already have created. In the grid, you'll be able to see all of the transactions that are expected to be received. You can use the fields in the range group to filter the results even further. For example, if you're just looking for things that are expected today and tomorrow, you could set the days back and days forward to 1. You can also add a filter for a specific warehouse. This is especially useful if you have multiple warehouses and you only want to see the shipments for the warehouse that you're currently working in. You could also add a vendor reference to filter for a specific vendor account, or a specific item number, or mode of delivery. When you use the option called Return Order, you can also specify the RMA number. When you're ready to start the arrival process for a particular order, you must mark the checkbox Select for Arrival. If you don't want to arrive or process an entire purchase order, you can use the Select for Arrival checkbox that's found on the Lines section of this form. When you select a line in the Receipts pane, the Lines grid will update based on the lines that are related to that particular purchase order. So, now that I've selected the purchase order I want to process, I can start the arrival by clicking the Start Arrival button. This will generate a journal. I can open the journal manually from Inventory Management under the Journals form, or if you highlight the message, you can click the Show button, which will take you directly to that particular journal number. The third option for reviewing this journal is by using the Journals button on the Arrival Overview form. You'll notice that this particular order has been updated to the Receipt in Progress status of Complete. If you click the Journals button and select the Show Arrivals from Receipts, it'll open the Journals form where you can see the Warehouse Arrival Journal. If you click the Lines button, you'll be able to view the details of that particular journal. If required, you could apply a location or other inventory dimensions such as batch or serial numbers. On the General tab, additional settings exist that allow you to control how this item arrival will be processed. You'll notice several checkboxes for the mode of handling. You can see the reference information, pallet information, and if you're using the wireless functionality, the RFID tagging information. In the case that you're processing a return order, you'll also be able to see the RMA number and select a disposition code. If you're happy with the item arrival, you can go ahead and use the Validate button to verify that there are no errors and then post the journal. I'll go ahead and validate this journal and click OK. Here you can see that no messages are received, so I can close the info log and then click Post. Once you've posted the journal, you can return to the item arrival screen and review the status. Here you can see my journal was successfully posted. So I'll close down the windows, and if I return to the item arrival form and refresh it, you'll be able to see the information in the quantity fields regarding what was received.